I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. This is horror movie news, and let's just jump right into it. I made a prediction the other day when we did the Predator review, and I said it was going to kill it at the box office, which it did kinda, but really, it didn't really do that well. Now, it beat The Nun, and I knew The Nun would drop off significantly. I made that call too, because really The Nun is not a good movie. It really isn't. And I knew it was going to do great things the opening weekend because they promoted the shit out of it. And, it made a good chunk of its cash in the first week, and it dropped massively the second week. But the Predator one, let me just jump over here. So domestically, the Predator did $24 million, almost $25 million, which is a good chunk of change. Only problem is it had a budget of $88 million, so it's not even anywhere close to making its budget back. And if you look worldwide, in total, it grossed in total $54 million. So it's still, $33 million away from making its budget back. So I think in the grand scheme of things, we can call that a tank. You know what I mean? So now it will make its money back. I mean, it's only got another $30 million to make, and it'll make it up in the next couple of weeks, plus Blu-ray sales and all the other bullshit. So for sure, it'll make its money back. But man, the Predator really was not a good movie. And it's some people love it, some people hated it. I didn't like it at all. I thought it was fucking horrible. So it's probably the second worst movie out of all of them, right behind Alien versus Predator. Requiem, however you say it. So, but anyways, let's move on to The Nun and a couple other movies that actually did quite well. Now, The Nun dropped like crazy. It has made a total, well, it only did $18 million last week, or this past weekend, which still, I guess, in the grand scheme of things is okay, but I mean, compared to a lot of movies, not very much. And it dropped quite a bit. I think it was like 61% or something like that. Worldwide, it made $85 million, and then in total worldwide now it's sitting at 228, almost $230 million. So really, I mean, I can sure as shit guarantee we're probably going to see another Nun movie. They've already announced that they're going to make another Conjuring movie. That's set to go in 2019, early 2019. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see another Nun movie right after that. So, because it's only in its second week and it's already made almost $300 million worldwide. So, but the other movie too that I really want to talk about is The Meg. Now, only did $3.8 million this past weekend, but in total, and it did $137 million. It's made. Worldwide, to date, it's made over $500 million. So it has more. And people were going on and on and on about how big the budget was for that movie. I think it was somewhere, let me have a quick look here. Yeah, it's listing here, it had a budget of $130 million. But that's just the budget of the movie. Then you have all the and that is a big chunk of change anyways. But then when these other movies are being made for like $22 million and $88 million, to have a budget of 130 is fairly substantial. But then you add on all the advertising and all the promotion that they did with that, and they promoted the fuck out of The Meg. So, but I'm really glad to see that it's doing well. And I'll just tell you what the difference is between The Meg and the other two movies. A good story. And you can argue with me all you want, but when it boils down to it, the Predator was horrible. It really was. They turned that franchise into a fucking comedy, and I mean, I'll argue with you till I'm blue in the face about how shitty that movie was. And The Nun was the same fucking thing. They had a good idea, same as the Predator, but they just shit the bed when it came to the presentation. The Nun, I mean, I don't even want to consider that as a Conjuring spin-off. I mean, I know the characters from The Conjuring, but I mean, if you look at the Conjuring movies, there's like a creep factor there that makes it, those movies so intense There was none of that in The Nun. It was all jump scares, like just nonstop jump scares. And it's, you know what, people are seeing that because it's down. Actually, I said 31%. It's dropped 66% after its second weekend. So, you know, but the Meg, I mean, look at this just tanking along. I mean, it did almost $4 million last year, and it's in its sixth week. So, and it's grossed worldwide over $500 million. So, I'll tell you, out of the three of them, I really do hope we see another Meg movie. I would like to see a sequel to that. I think there's lots of things they can do with it, and obviously they'll trim the budget down to make it a little more sustainable. But yeah, I don't know, guys. As far as the Predator goes this weekend, it won at the box office, but I think it's losing overall. And to be God honest, I don't think we're going to see another Predator movie for a long time, because the last movie, Predators, kind of had the same numbers opening weekend, and yeah, I mean, it did make its money back eventually, but I mean, it was 8 years since we saw the last Predator movie, so who knows? This could very well be the last one that we see, but you never know. I mean, I like the Predator movies, even though this last one was stupid. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see what it does. But yeah, there's your weekend box office for you. Now, there's a couple movies or a couple pieces of news that I wanted to talk about quickly. First of all, is this one right here. ZombieLand. That is one of my favorite zombie flicks. I mean, it is so good. And I think it's been 10 years since the first one came out. And they are just announced that they will begin filming ZombieLand 2 January of 2019. So that is awesome. And what makes it even better, well, actually, there's a bunch of things. First of all the old cast is coming back. Woody Harrelson, Emma Stone, Jason Eisenberg, and Abigail Breslin, sorry, and that is fucking awesome. And then same director, Ruben Fleischer, who's coming back to direct number 2. And I mean, that's awesome, because not only was he the first, the director of the first movie, which was awesome, but he also has his new movie coming out in a couple weeks, Venom. So, which I cannot wait to see that, because it looks absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, yeah, so all you ZombieLand fans, yeah, we got some good news, because there is a second one coming, and it's the entire cast is coming back. Like, that's, that's awesome, especially after 10 years. That's a rarity. So, I mean, good for those guys. What else can we talk about very quickly? The other thing too is one of my favorite genres is Underworld. The first few were awesome, and then they kind of got out of control. And the last couple, I mean, really were kind of stupid. But Kate Beckinsale, who has been the star for most of them, I think she missed a few there. But she was in the last two. Now, she has come out and publicly said that she is absolutely done with the Underworld franchise. She's done, many, and she's done. So, and why I'm saying this is because someone's obviously asked her, because there are rumors of yet another Underworld movie. Now, I haven't got anything official yet, but she was probably asked somewhere, if she would reprise her role, but she's outright said, I'm 100% done with that franchise. So, but I mean, keep your eyes on the news, because I can guarantee, sometime soon they're going to announce another Underworld movie if they're talking about this, because why else would she really bring it up unless she was asked and there wasn't rumors or talk of another one coming out. So, I mean, I like those movies. I mean, they're getting kind of silly and a little bit repetitive, but I'm a big vampire and werewolf fan, so put those two together and I'm in. So the other thing too is the other movie I wanted to talk about is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a classic. Night of the Living Dead turns 50 this year, which is fucking awesome. So what they've done, and I don't know if I like this or not, but who am I to say? This is just my opinion. But what they've done is there's already Blu-ray versions of Night of the Living Dead, but Criterion has taken the movie and they've given it to let me just make sure I get this right here, for the 50th anniversary event. There's an event coming up, and they've given the movie to the Museum of Modern Art and the Lucas Family Foundation to restore the film to the original from the original camera negative. So I mean, this thing is going to be crisp and it's going to be clean and it's going to look fucking awesome. And what they're doing is they are re-releasing this for 2 days in select theaters. Now, I live in Canada. I did a little bit of research. I couldn't find any of it coming to Canada at all, but that's not to say that it won't come here. You know, we're only in September, so I mean, there's another month and a half before we get to October 24th and 25th. But if I get any news locally, like say in Toronto or Vancouver or anywhere, I'll post it in Happy Wax TV. If it is going to come to local theaters, which would be awesome, because right now they're just listing in the States. So, but that's October 25th. Now, what I was getting at is about this remastering. I'm all for it, but wouldn't you want to see the old, grainy, dirty version on the big screen? I know I would. I don't like, and this isn't going to be shot in 4K, but I don't like 4K. I own a 4K TV and I never fucking use it. Simply because I hate the way it makes old movies look. They look like they're shot on a fucking video camera. It's terrible. So, but I'm sure it's in good hands. I really wish they would have, you know, shown it kind of the old school with the grain, you know, and the flickers and the little static on the film and stuff. That would have been awesome. Not all cleaned up and tight. But either way, if this comes to a theater near me, I'll be going to see it. So, and I'll keep you guys posted on whether or not it's going to come to a theater near you guys if you live in Canada. So probably in the next week or so, closer to Halloween, they'll give release dates for it. And then finally, I did a trailer review for this movie, and I knew even just by the trailer this movie was going to be fucking awesome. It's The Man Who Feels No Pain, and they're saying it's India's highly entertaining answer to Deadpool. Now, I don't want to go down the list of the whole write-up on it. I'll leave a link for it in the description box. But they're raving about this movie at the Toronto International Film Festival, and actually it got screened 2 days before. Like this event is like a whole week, and they played this movie 2 days before the end, and it still won. What was the award it won? The People's Choice Award, which was awesome, and it only played 2 days before the voting took place. So I mean that was awesome. So. I mean, because really, if you're one of the earlier movies to go on, I mean, you have all week to garner votes, and this one 48 hours before the voting finished, and it still won. So, I mean, that tells you how fucking awesome this movie is. Yeah, you can check out my trailer review for it. I'll leave it in the description box down below if you want to check it out. But it's it's the first ever Indian movie to be played at the Toronto International Film Festival as part of their I think it was their Midnight Madness showing. So, and I mean, the trailer looks fucking awesome. So check it out and let me know what you think. So, but I just wanted to share that with you. I was really happy that movie did well. So anyways, that's all the news I have for today. I basically really wanted to touch on the Predator, winning at the box office. But I mean, overall, I think it's losing at the box office because it didn't even come anywhere close to making its budget back. And I honestly think that we're not going to see a Predator movie again. And if we do, it won't be for a long, long time. I'm telling you straight up, if any bigwigs see this, just get John McTiernan back to do a Predator movie again. Give John McTiernan the rights to do the next Predator movie, and I promise you he'll kill it. And just quickly, if you guys don't know who he is the guy from who did the first one. So anyways, that's all I got. So leave me comments down below, and if you've watched our Predator review, let me know what you think. But that's it for today. So until next time, guys, stay scared.